Good morning, good morning.
Hey.
We're coming in loud and clear. We rushed.
Yeah.
Tried to get everything down well, but I think we're going to have a good stream.
Yeah. Ooh, my sound is on.
You got pinged, babe.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good morning, everyone. And today we are going to talk about the most common relationship advice that makes you probably roll your eyes. At least we think so. Of course, some of them are nuanced. It's not always black and white. Mm-hmm. So feel free to respond with your own during the stream, and we'll read them out and give your take on it. But at the end of the stream as well, we're going to throw some rapid fire questions at each other.
Yeah. But first, what do you think of his shirt?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
This is the first time I've ordered a bunch of t-shirts off online, and they fit really well, and they're thin, like I like them, because I don't like thick t-shirts. I like really thin ones. So I am very happy today.
What? Bo always makes stuff be late. What do you mean? He makes me be late.
Well, to be fair, I was rushing to get things done.
Oh, like you're the reason that we're late.
We would have been on time. You weren't sort of, you were done. So it was, he's correct. Hi, Peg. Hi, Karu. Wow. The two regulars. All right. Should we get straight into it, babe?
Yes, let's do it.
All right. So the first piece of common dating advice is play hard to get.
No. I don't have time for that.
Yeah, I haven't seen the point. I think it's an excuse. It's given off as like you're being sophisticated, you're smooth. You know, straightforward dating's too boring for you. It's exciting if you play games. And also I think it plays into romantic movies where hard to get, you can't get the guy, yes means no, what does he think? Like there's just no direct communication. And so the hard to get plays into the drama and the games that keeps being shown to us as kind of what romance is.
Does Steph help shave your head? No, he does that on his own.
Yeah, I did it last night. I rediscovered, I've got one of those head shavers, like they're actually made to shave your head. And I bought it a couple of years ago. I used it and I thought, I can't be bothered cleaning it and whatever. And I've been shaving my head, but it's a real pain. You get nicks and cuts and things. And then also when you put aftershave, it really burns. And then I just started using this one again. I mean, the women aren't going to care about this. But I highly recommend getting one of those shavers. Mine, I think it's called a Pitbull. Really, really good. Shaves really close and doesn't cut you. Anyway, but no, you don't.
Well, I do recognize that sometimes when men, like women are attracted to it sometimes when men like don't show as much interest from the start, like that does draw us in, like we are attracted to that, I guess. But other than that, I don't know. I would never play games or anything like that. So I'm just like, if you like someone, just let them know that you like them.
You know why I think this playing hard to get plays into someone's vanity? Like, I'm so hard to get. I'm special.
Yeah, but it's in the end, it's kind of bullshit. Because if you like someone and you know that they want you, then why would you even play hard to get? I mean, if I want someone, I'm just going to go for it. It wouldn't even enter my mind to play hard to get. It doesn't make any sense to me. And then on the other hand, if I want someone and that person plays hard to get or is vague, I get annoyed with it. I'm like, okay, whatever. And I'm moving on, you know?
Yeah. So, if someone's playing games or aloof, it's almost like playing hard to get. It's almost like you're talking to someone and say, hi, what's your name? And they just look at you and go, what? What's your name? Oh, can you say that? It's kind of like they're playing this game like where they don't hear you and see what what you said. It's this kind of, oh yeah, again, ask me again. Ask me. They're playing this stupid game. I don't like it. It makes you feel odd. It doesn't make you kind of get drawn closer and get in a discussion with them. It makes you feel odd and they feel like they're in control. But it's stupid. Aren't you supposed to be wanting to talk and be together?
Yeah, I think playing hard to get doesn't really have much to do with actual love and liking someone. It's probably more about just like game playing and stuff.
Mm. Yeah. Hi Ho Silver says, don't be desperate, but don't play games as well. I say being direct is the best policy, but I think everyone's been taught on romanticism. And so it's almost like if you're direct, you don't play games. You don't play these stupid games like up means down. If he likes you, you shouldn't tell him. All of these stupid kind of bad relationship advice pieces. I think if you're just direct, people think it's boring. It takes the excitement out of romance or getting to know somebody. It's like, I just tell him I like him. I'm upfront. I'm direct. It's kind of not exciting. It takes all the fun out of dating. I think that's how people think.
Yeah, in a way, I get what they mean, but that doesn't mean that you can't let someone know that you like them. Like, you don't have to say on the first date, oh, I really like you, let's get married, you're the one for me forever. But, like, you can't just date a person and show the person you like them and then let it grow.
Look, I don't want to feel confused if I want to be close to someone. I'm trying to get to know you, and obviously you're on a date or you're flirting or whatever. So the point is to get an honest sense of we're having a good time. You want to talk to me, I want to talk to you. It's all a mutual attraction. But if you go 180 and go, actually, I'm going to push you away for no reason other than to play a game of like hide and seek or something, it's stupid to me. I had an extreme example, which I've mentioned on my other channel and I've talked to you about, where many years ago I was on the first couple of dates, and I remember being with the girl and going back to her place, I think it was, and tried to make a move, and she was like, no. She pushed me away and said, no, I don't want to, or whatever. And then I was like, fine. I went, and things kind of fizzled out. And I remember weeks later, we chatted or we bumped into, I can't remember what it was, but we talked. And she said, what happened? And I said, like, well, you weren't interested. She said, no, I just wanted you to go for it.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. That kind of game playing, it's almost made to tell an exciting story rather than get you a relationship. It's almost like you prefer the drama rather than just calm your emotions down and directly just get what you want.
Yeah, I think that also has to do with how serious you are about dating and how well you know yourself. Because I think there comes a point where you just don't have any tolerance for that kind of stuff anymore.
No, this isn't hot chocolate. It's vanilla latte mixed with Brazilian coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask about that comment. Don't be desperate, but don't play games.
This one.
Yeah, I'm not understanding the.
Yeah, you don't be desperate. Don't be kind of like a pet running after somebody and just say yes to everything.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Yeah. Don't be a SIMP. But also don't play games. I think also if you're just matter of fact, you don't have to worry about what should I say, what's the right move. It's just do you. Say the thing you want to say. Be polite, be civil, know how to speak.
Yeah.
Playing hard to get is a female version of keeping frame. I think that's kind of true. It's because there's a lot of stuff in the manosphere where they play similar games to not similar, but their own version of women's games. So do this, don't do that. If the person who cares the least rules the relationship, like you're supposed to not pretend you don't care about the woman and neg her. It's called in the male dating PUA game. You're supposed to push her away and get her to run after you. You're supposed to not show exactly what you want to get what you want, which to me was always a backwards way of doing things, which is why I think a lot of guys have problems, because they're always second-guessing themselves, and their feelings and their instincts want to do something, and hang on, stop myself, let me do the opposite of that. Let me do something that someone else says you should do rather than what I naturally want to do or naturally want to say. That's where people screw themselves up, and the other person doesn't get to see your real expressions, what you want to say. If you talk a lot like me, if you want to talk about your hobbies, you want to say, I don't want kids. Like, you should be able to just be yourself instead of playing these games.
I feel like all of this doesn't even have anything to do with love. I don't know.
True.
Because I'm just if you like someone, just let them know that you like them. Like, to me, it's very simple, but everyone makes it very complicated. And
well, think about it. If you ask everyone, what are some terms, if you've got love in the middle, what are some terms that attach to it? Trust, directness, honesty, being truthful, saying what you want, being clear and direct. But that's everything people don't do when they date. They're vague, they're mysterious. Don't tell them this, say this. Left means right, up means down. It's actually anti everything you want to get to. You want to get to a place where you can say everything and be honest, but at the start of the relationship, all this bad advice is telling you to be the opposite of an intimate relationship.
Yeah, but I feel my attitude of it's your fault if you participate is kind of coming to the forefront again, I'm noticing.
Sure. Boffin says some girls play hard to get, even more play hard to want. Yeah, a lot of women, not just these games, or guys as well, their attitudes make you not even want to play games with them, not even want to pursue them, not even want to talk to them, not even want to go.
No, but yeah. But why is this even a discussion? I feel like if you like someone and that person's playing hard to get, then okay, bye. Like, it's over already.
Well, I feel like every one of these stupid pieces of advice, you could end with that.
Yeah, but I just mean, like, there's also responsibility on the people's part if they participate. You know, because if someone's playing hard to get and then you pursue and you try to get that person and you enter into their games, that's also kind of on you, you know? So, yeah, I don't know. It's like an issue if you participate, but you could also just not take that crap and just look for someone better. But yeah, I've got like this Dutch direct stance on a lot of these things.
Well, that's why I felt very secure with you. And I like that part about you. I'm the kind of person that wanted to get past the honeymoon period. A lot of people love the honeymoon period, and it's nice, initially exciting. Oh, here's a new person. This will be fun. I wonder. But that's for a split second. I want to get to everyday life. I want to get to know the real person. But a lot of people just live for the honeymoon period. They just rotate partners and they live short term because that's the only exciting thing of a relationship for them. And I think also people can act a lot. They never have to show who they are. But that's another topic.
Oh, wait. Women only play hard to get with guys they're not sure about or that they don't like. Oh, that's a very good point, Karu. Yeah, because if someone wants you, they're not going to play hard to get. They're going to go for you. That's a really good point, especially with women. Because you've probably heard of, like, a woman will break rules for the right man or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good comment. Yeah.
I just don't get it. It confuses you about someone. I've had one or two, I remember in the past, where the first few dates, they gave me an impression of them. Like, we talk a lot and I like this, I don't like that, I'm into this, I'm not into that, this is the kind of person I am. And then later on, if we started dating properly and exclusive, then they revealed, oh yeah, you know what I said on the first, that's actually not true. That's something I say to guys to test them. Because if they do reject me for that or don't want it, then it tells me a lot about them. So they play these testing games rather than just being direct and saying, no, I don't like this, I do like that. I won't sleep with you on the first date. Just if I ask, if it's an honest conversation, if it's going there, just be honest about everything. And that really made me take a step back. Like, I was this close to you, and now you told me my first impression of you, you were toying with me. You weren't being honest. And now I've kind of like, all right, it's almost like we've gone backwards.
Yeah. We're getting a lot of interaction. That's nice.
Yeah. Glabadan, what's for you won't pass you by. Big reason why so many people are drifting through life. Yeah, my sister says that a lot. What's meant for you won't miss you. I think it's another version of that. All right. Keep the worst dating advice comments coming. Let's get on to the next.
Buffin has a comment for me.
Does he? Where?
But I've heard many women say they like being pursued. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But I'm just speaking for myself, right? And not that I don't like being pursued as well, but I wouldn't just, like, if I like someone, I'm gonna let them know. I'm not gonna just let them pursue me. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me, you know? So.
You know what I think they like? They like the initial buzz of, like, a guy approaching them and the initial pursuit, like, he wants me, he's after me. And then it's a very short moment, and I think a lot of people want to keep that going. And so they keep pushing the guy back, keep pursuing me. I want to recycle that initial pursuit, that initial surprise, that rush. But once he's like, yeah, I want you, you want me, let's be honest about this, let's talk, let's get together. It's like, that was really fun. Can I recycle that feeling? And I think people do these games so you keep recycling that starting point over and over again.
And in a way it makes sense because it is kind of like a compliment when someone pursues you. So it makes women feel good. So it makes sense. Yes.
30 years plus of age, overweight, bad attitude, blah, blah. Yeah, play hard to get.
Yeah.
I remember, I think it was Patrice O'Neill. He had this funny comment about old cougars, old women dating and trying to be sexy. And he made the analogy they're like an open box of old crackers, and they act like they're new, and the old women acting like, ooh, come and get it, and the guy's like, just throw it on the floor. It's half open, it's stale. Like, what are you acting like? Ooh, come and get it. It's like you're a half-eaten steak, and you're pretending to be new.
And then they become super hostile when you talk about a man going for like a younger woman.
Yeah. Well, no one likes to admit their mistakes. All right, next one. Common piece of advice. Don't call them the next day. Make them wait a bit. Play hard to get.
No, I think the next day is fine. I think the same day, I don't know, it depends on the situation. Like if I would give someone my number, because I remember, I actually have one example with one of my exes. I met him like at like a cafe in the evening, and I gave him my number, and then he called me the next day, which was like very nice and appropriate. And I remember, because we actually got into a relationship later, and I remember he told me like he really wanted to call me on his way home because he was like in a band, so he was with his bandmates. But his bandmates...
You cliche, you went out with a band member.
Not like that though. I know that has like a stigma to it, but it's not like that. Like I didn't care about...
Later
I just thought he was cute and he was a nice guy, and that's why I was with him. I'm not into bands or anything like that, so that's not why I was with him. But his bandmates tried to convince him. They told him not to call me the same night, but to call me the next day. And he was like trying not to call me. And I thought that was kind of cute. But for me, I don't care when you call me. If I like you and I give you my number, you can call me.
Like a lot of these things, people like to make black and white rules, but it's in context. I would find it fine if you both know you had a great time, right?
Yeah.
And the person, like, you're both socially aware enough to know we both had a great time, and then you leave and it's like, I had a great time, that was awesome. And then on the way home you text and saying, can't wait to see you again.
Yeah, he could have called me that night.
You're both aware of what's going on, and it's not creepy. But if it's kind of like really weird and then you kind of call, so I had to call you, like I can't stop thinking about you. It's like, dude.
Yeah. No, I think it's fine too. Because else, why are you giving that person your number if you don't want them to call you? So.
Cynical optimist says, you would think mutual interest would equate mutual effort, but more often than not, there is superficial interest and bare minimum effort. Well, being someone who's talkative, I've very quickly and naturally gauge if the conversation is coming back, if there's a natural flow. If I'm always talking, excuse me.
Burp.
You're quickly aware that you're the one talking all the time and the person's very quiet. And I think you will show interest if you're comfortable with me. Whether you're shy or talkative, I think if you're comfortable and you like me, you will show me interest. I'll feel it, you'll say it, whatever. But if you're kind of like, I feel like, what's wrong? You know, are you sick? Did I say something to offend you? Do you not want to be here?
Yeah.
I'm socially aware enough to find out there's something wrong. We're not playing tennis here.
You know what it is? I don't think the problem is dating and people or whatever. The problem is that people don't recognize when you should not see someone anymore. And they ignore red flags and they just continue seeing that person or whatever. I think that's the problem. Because to me, this is all super simple. Because I've dated, I've had relationships, and like sometimes it doesn't work out, sometimes it does, but you always know. Like people show you interest or they don't, or they play games or they don't. Like it's pretty easy. I don't know why people make it so. I think people make it complicated because they don't do what they should do and they just keep going, even though they kind of know they shouldn't because there are red flags or whatever.
This is a very important comment. Prince Revolver, he said, I mentioned this on your other channel. Waiting to call or speaking strictly through text are ways people can hide and pretend. I think people who are afraid, they're not sure of themselves, they don't think much of themselves, they love these games as ways of hiding. And, you know, if you can't speak, then you just play aloof. Like, you know, a girl, she can act like what? Like, she can sit there and not say anything and pretend to be cool. But inside she's, oh my God, I just wanted to call him. But you act, you know, there's ways of hiding and being dishonest by using these games. So I think this is like very, very, this is an important point.
Silver. That's why I play the ukulele. Women love musicians. Well, I get the hype a little bit. I mean, it is kind of cool. I remember he used to play this song by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. That was really cool. I
think it's also, you have something interesting, a hobby, like, oh my God, tell me more about it. Like something that's you. Also music, women love music, romance, love songs, whatever. There's a lot there that's interesting. Anyone with a hobby that you can talk about or appreciate. You can appreciate music. You can appreciate songs. If someone was, I'm a nuclear physicist.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, but how they can talk, and you can listen, but you can't relate much. You'll sit there being a listener, but not engaging that much. But
I would find that awesome, though. But I love like that, all of that astronomy, science stuff. If someone has that as a profession, I would be like, whoa, that's really cool.
Yeah, you're a bit of a nerd. Yeah, you like very esoteric stuff, which is nice. Okay. Yeah, make them wait a bit. Yeah, this is stupid. This is really dumb.
Yeah.
Never make the first move. This is a female thing.
I have done that, for sure.
I think that's generally female advice, because if guys don't make the first move, usually nothing will happen.
Well, yeah, that's true. And I will be honest, like, I would probably prefer for the guy to make the first move, just because that's kind of like biology, I guess. But I have gone to guys, like also the guy I was just talking about, the musician, my ex. I went up to him in the cafe after he was done playing. I went up to him, and I remember the first thing I said to him was, "What's your name?" And then we started talking. But yeah, I went up to him. I've gone up to a few guys, so I have no problem making the first move. You know, because sometimes I think because I'm impatient sometimes, I don't feel like, okay, I'm going to stand here and try to make eye contact and let's see if we can like smile a little and then maybe he'll come up. I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going and like see if he likes me too, you know?
I'm laughing because it's so her. Like, it doesn't matter even if there's something wrong, like something's odd. I might have said something that's she's stuck on, or she feels like it was an insult. And she has to come up to me and be direct, like, wait, what you said then, do you mean this or this? Like, you can't let anything go. So it doesn't matter if it's a positive emotion, a negative emotion, conflict, whatever. You need to iron it out and make sense of it.
Yeah, yeah. But I think that's where sometimes that I can be impatient sometimes. That's like a pro, you know? that I don't wait around for stuff. I just go for it.
In other ways in life, you not having patience really makes your life hard. I have a lot of patience, but then again, too much patience. So I've stayed with relationships too long, or I haven't gone up to a girl when I was younger that I really liked, that I should have, or asked her out. So I'm too patient.
But I am getting better. Yeah. I feel like, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm getting better. Yeah.
No, you are. Next one. Don't talk about marriage, kids, or religion on the first date.
Yeah, that's complete. I'll talk about whatever I want to talk about on the first date.
Yeah, to me. What if you're a person that just wants kids and that's the main reason you're dating? You're dating with that intent. Yeah, but you want to lay it on the table. This is my biggest and only deal breaker. You got to want kids, otherwise I'm wasting my time with you. You're not supposed to talk about kids.
Yeah. But this has also never been a problem for me with dating or anything like that. Like that I've been on a date with someone and they're like, they don't want to talk about a certain topic. That's never happened to me. But also, we don't often talk about those things on the first date, I'll say. Like probably the guys I've ended up in a relationship with, we do talk about those things like fairly quickly. Mm-hmm. But maybe not on the first date per se, but you can. Like maybe I can't remember. But
look, to me, whatever's important at the front of my mind, I talk about. Mm-hmm. And even if I didn't come to the date prepared to talk about it, I might go on a date, notice something about a girl, or she says something in our natural conversation, blah, and I went on holiday and then I'll like, oh, hang on, did you whatever question pops up, I'll talk about. If there's a flag that pops up in my head, I want to talk about it. It's interesting. Why go, I don't know about that, but I won't say anything because I want to keep this going. I want to keep the fantasy going. Maybe it was nothing. No, make sure it is something or not something. Then you know what it is. Yeah,
and I also think it depends on how much you like the person. It also really depends. Because if I am on a date with someone and it's just for fun, then we'll just talk about random stuff. But if I'm on a date with someone and I really like the person and I'm hoping it might go somewhere serious, then I will be more inclined to talk about some of those things because I want to kind of picture our life together or like a potential life together. So it also depends on how much you like the person, I think.
True. Glabber Dan said, people always talk about men's approach anxiety, which is 100% real, but I think women are actually even more afraid of rejection than men. So they'll usually never make the first move. Yeah.
I don't feel like that's true.
Generally, women don't make the first move.
No, but he's saying that women are more afraid of rejection from men. I think men are way more afraid of rejection from women. No. Because a lot of men would... Oh, John's calling you.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't talk to him.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, but maybe he means that, like, men have a lot more experience approaching women, probably, so they're more used to rejection, so they can deal with it better. Maybe that's what he means. I don't know. I'm not afraid of rejection. Like, I've gone up to one particular guy I remember, and he had a girlfriend, but it was fine. Like, you just ask, and then you know. I mean,
yeah, but we're talking generally as well. You can give your experience, but generally, what do you see going on out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, but women have the convenience of. I've said this before on my channel. A woman can be completely silent, and she can find herself committed to a guy in a relationship, because the guy thinks she's sweet. She listens. She's not a loudmouth. She doesn't blab. She and just reflect. You don't have to say very much. Just be agreeable and like, oh my God, she's perfect for me. But then you're just having a conversation with yourself. Is someone who just says yes, you're interesting, yes. And then later on, after the honeymoon period, then you find out the real them. But you really need to be direct and reveal what the person's like. Yep. If you don't talk about it now, it will come up later through anger. Yep. Peg says, important to check compatibility listen, ask questions, clarify, dive deep, communicate. Yeah. What do you got to lose? Because the point is with me, it feels so liberating and great, and I feel close to you when I don't associate fear and I don't associate walking on eggshells around you. And I felt that way. That was one kind of trick that was so freeing for me. Don't be afraid to talk about anything, because then I'm off the hook. Then I can enjoy the date. I say what I want. I'm always in free mode. I'm always in fun mode. I'm never in, be perfect. Make sure she doesn't go away. Make sure you impress. It's like, no, be free. Say everything you want to say. I'm off the hook and I'm always having fun. You know, it's a really great way to be. Okay, next one. Do you have any more to say about that one?
No. Just be mean to them. That one's just weird. Like, why would you be mean to someone?
Because girls love it, babe.
No, that's just retarded. Like, if you stay with someone who's mean to you, you can do that in the bedroom, not on the stream.
Why would I do this in the bedroom?
I don't know, like, throw me around a little. I don't know.
Keep them mean to keep. Yeah, these kind of.
But this is like completely on you though, because that's just dumb. Like, someone's being an asshole to you and you're going to stick around. Oh, it's sexy because he's treating me badly.
I think if you do it intentionally as a strategy, it's dumb. Like, you want to treat your wife well or be soft and gentle to her, but you know that treating her the opposite way works and she'll never leave you. But
if you're mean to her?
Yeah. Treat them mean. Be mean to them. Like,
why would it work if you're mean to her?
I think people confuse it with, like, I know for yourself, when I get pissed off and I'm like in a situation and I get angry, or I'm kind of dominant in a way, not necessarily over you, but over a situation, and I do something and I fix it and I take charge and I'm just being kind of stubbornly direct. Afterwards you go, ooh, that was hot, babe. But I didn't do it because, like, I'll do this, I'll fake this because that works on her.
Yeah, but that's different.
You respond to a character trait in a moment.
Yeah, but it's not towards me. If you drop something, you're like, oh, fuck. And I'm like, ooh, you know, it's kind of sexy. But if you're like going off at me, that's completely different. That's not fun.
Some women don't know the difference.
Well, I don't know. If they don't see a difference between the two, then I get that they might find that hot. I don't know.
I'm just attracted to huge rugby players with tattoos on their face who have been to prison, who drink a lot, and who have bashed every woman before them. And he does it to me too. Why do I keep attracting? Yeah. All right. A lot of guys disregard compatibility until it's too late. Yeah, sometimes I wonder how many men, they watch my channel and they're like, human, he's changed now. And then later on, like, they'll get to 70. And it's like us when we realize our parents were right. You get a bit older and everything you were resisting, your parents were trying to give you advice. You're like, what do you know, Dad? And then later on, Dad was right. Mm-hmm. I wonder how many guys get to that point, but then it's too late. You can't actually do anything because you're 70, and what have you got left to date? What enthusiasm? You probably can't get it up. There's nothing that dating gives you anymore. You don't even want a companion, and now it's like, yeah, I just wasted like the last 30 years of my life in the manosphere or something, like screaming the same 10 talking points for 30 years. It's kind of like working your ass off, not enjoying your life, and thinking at 70 you can retire and then live your life. Save it all up for later. It's like, nah, it doesn't work that way.
There's a fine line between mean and romantic teasing. Is there?
You've got to trust the person. Like, I can joke with you and make fun of you, but you trust me and you know it's not mean-spirited. But if you don't know, that's part of social etiquette. I can't just go on a date and start making fun of the person like, hey, you don't know me. Like, it's a bit rude.
Steph, stop being logical. It will make sense. Am I too logical? Yeah, I am very logical.
Can you be feminine for once?
Oh my god. Is that feminine enough?
All right, where are we? It's the next one. If they love you, they'll change. If you sacrifice and tolerate, it'll pay off in the end.
Okay, if they love you, they'll change. I think if they love you, they might adapt or change like little things, but only if it's realistic. But if you're expecting someone to like completely change who they are, then no. I don't think you should you should demand someone to completely change who they are. But if there are little things about themselves they could adapt to better fit the relationship, then sure. Yeah. But then if you sacrifice and tolerate, it will pay off in the end.
Again, I think this is a woman thing where they get with a guy and they want to change him. They hope he'll change. Whereas a guy will get with a woman hoping she'll stay the same and then she changes.
Right.
So I think this is a very female thing. I guess there are guys that go through this too, but I think this is very typical of women. They get with a bad boy and they want him to be different. Like, he is what he is. I thought he'd change. I've got such I don't know. It must be, I've just got such an open heart. I think I can help them. I can change them. You know, it's like, no, you're an idiot.
I think you have to be very careful with wanting to change people. I don't think you can ever really change people, but you can get people to compromise on certain things. I think it's more about getting people to compromise than actually changing the person.
If you're compatible, then you can compromise on little things. You and I have on small things, like, because we love each other, and the important fundamental foundations of you and I being together are solid. Like, yeah, we're for each other. Yeah, I can adjust this for you. I wouldn't for anyone else because I'm not even compatible with them. But for you, yeah, I can do that. I can give you this. I can adjust this. That's fine.
Yeah, because with our example, for example, like, you haven't changed me, but I've compromised. Like, we're compromising, like with the social thing, for example. But you haven't changed me. Like, all of a sudden, I like being social as much as you like being social. You know what I mean? But I'm compromising. That's more what it is, I think.
Look, I think if you're compatible and you love your partner, honestly, you do, and you're open and honest, you will meet each other part way.
Yeah.
Karu says there's an individual on your server that recommended subtly instilling passive dread in her once a week or so. What do you think about this relationship strategy? Like, making her fearful. I think there's some guys that the strategy is like, make her afraid that she's going to lose you, that you really don't care about her, and she'll always stay. She's always like in a state of fear or nervousness that you'll leave or what you'll do. Okay,
so I think that your question answers your own question. Yeah, so just read it out loud, listen to the way it sounds, and I think then you already know your answer.
Yeah, because you're instilling dread into the relationship instead of trust and fun and
no, but it's ridiculous. Like, this is just another form of game playing.
Yeah, true.
It's not healthy. Like,
again, yeah, at its heart, it's game playing. I'm acting in a certain way strategically, not naturally, just strategically, because it keeps her there and it keeps her in line like a dog. Any more on this?
I think I've said what I wanted to say about that.
How long have we been going for? 38 minutes. If they love you, they'll change. All right, the next one is an interesting one. That
having a baby will fix everything. That's got to be like the dumbest thing ever.
I have seen this in movies, on reality TV. I've heard it with people. We were on rocky ground. We went to therapy, and then we thought maybe this is the final thing that can help us and change everything. And
I think it's sad as well, because I know that people honestly believe this sometimes when they're in a rocky relationship, and it's just like sad because it's that's not what you should do.
But you know what it is? It's that a baby then distracts you from your partner. You don't have to deal with your partner. Then you can both focus on the baby, and it's like, see, it works. But it's like, I mentioned this to you the other day with my ex. I joked with her towards the end that her dog that we both loved. It was the only thing keeping us together. Without the dog, I would have broken up with her earlier, I think. Sad to say, but I really was like, oh, I'm going to miss this dog. And then I stayed a little bit longer. And I think people have kids because, this is terrible, this relationship. Let's add something into the relationship that we both love. Let's have a kid that we both love, but we don't love each other. Let's love the kid.
Right. Yeah. You can kind of understand what they're trying, like the logic a little bit, I guess. Like they're thinking, let's take the weight off of us or the focus off of us a little bit. And then maybe it can work better or something. I don't know.
That's stupid.
Yeah, it is.
You and your partner should be the foundation to your kids, your life, and everything around you. Like you and I are the two pillars. And you can't kind of like, let's make another pillar underneath us. Like one thing underneath us that supports you and me. Let's have our child support the relationship.
Right.
That's so dumb.
Yeah.
If they love you, they'll change just sounds like the ultimatum talk. People rarely change because they love you. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it's not even because people don't want to necessarily. It's because people can't. It's because people are the way they are. Like they have their own personalities and character traits. Like it's just not fair to ask that of someone, you know?
I think this is true. People rarely change. They'll change of themselves in a healthy way. They'll grow. But if they love you, they'll compromise. But they won't change for you who they are.
Yeah, and they might be able to change little things like little habits or whatever, but not like personality traits and stuff.
I think this common thing is with girls, like if he changes, it proves he loves me, rather than saying, I know he loves me, and then I trust we can compromise. It's like first change, and that shows me you love me. No, you should know you love each other first, and then you can compromise reasonably, easily.
Yeah.
So I think people are trying to, this isn't working, but I don't want to lose them. Can you please change in a big way? And that shows me.
Yeah.
So people look for signals. A lot of these games are games to show signals that the person cares for you. They have to make a big effort. Similar to, when women say the diamond ring should be half a man's salary of the year or something like that.
Oh, God.
It's kind of, there's proof he loves me. Oh, of course he loves you. He bought a $20,000 ring. He spent this much on you. Of course he loves me then. I wasn't sure, but he spent this much money.
You know, seriously, if you had bought me like a $20,000 ring or whatever, I would have told you, okay, we're going to sell this ring and buy myself a cheap ring or whatever, and we're going to do something else with that money because that's ridiculous. Seriously, I would have said that.
You know what? I watched the clip. I think it was from a behavioral psychologist or the divorce lawyer maybe, and they said the longevity of a marriage is related to how much the wife wants to spend on the wedding. If the more she wants to spend on the wedding, the least likely the marriage is to last.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Again, it's not 100%, but it makes sense to me. How much did you spend on our wedding, babe? How much did you insist that I spend on the wedding?
I don't even know. Not much. We just went to the what do you call that?
Registry office.
Yeah.
Yeah, we spent almost nothing. Like you always say, you want to spend the money on our life. You didn't want to spend.
Okay.
How many?
I never buy anything. You buy stuff regularly, like camera stuff or whatever, like these shirts. The only thing I ever spend money on is food, like when we go grocery shopping together. And that's it. And like very rarely I'll buy something.
Even clothes, like you'll say you'll be fine with me picking up an item of clothing for you. And not many women do that. They care about shopping and material stuff a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's true. I would much rather spend money on like food or like taking a little trip somewhere or like quality time stuff. Yeah.
If you don't love her, diluting half of her with the kid might help. Yeah. Let's add more stress to a woman that I already find repelling and like difficult. My life is difficult with her. Let's add a child.
Yeah.
That'll make it easier and better and more fun. I really want to come home for her anyway. aside from kids, marriage, religion talk, having the money conversation early on is important to me. Financial recklessness and materialism is one of the biggest red flags in a woman. Yep. Yeah, if you go on a date and she's got 5 credit cards overdrawn and she's living from paycheck to paycheck, I swear half the women in my life I went on dates with, at least, they were impulsive train wrecks that couldn't save any money. They would be living in a shoebox apartment. They'll be living there for the last 20 years or living with their parents, but they got the newest Audi. They got the best car, the best clothes, but they can barely afford the rent.
Right.
And to me, it's like, this is going to be a shit life with you. You're a child that needs a father to keep you in line, but you're going to be telling me, you don't tell me what to do. I want the finest things in life, but we can't pay the rent.
You probably also shouldn't get into a relationship with someone like that. Do the right thing and take out a loan to give your woman a proper wedding, preferably a loan you can't afford to pay back. No.
My ring's rubber, not the real one.
You do have a real one, but yeah, but our rings, for example, these are just like very simple rings. I don't know if you can see them. But how much were these? Like $150 or something?
I will say, though, I put thought into things, even if they don't cost much, right? But I do that with myself. Cara will know with even colognes. I won't just buy the best of the best. I will research and find something that's very me, very particular. With our rings, I went online and I went on Etsy and I found like a jeweler, like a woman who had like a little business online, and she handmade little crafty rings. So I put in effort. They weren't expensive, but she kind of made a simple, plain little ring.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, and they're really nice. Both matching. Yours is thin and mine's a thicker version like this. So I put effort in, but equating money, that to me is just a shallow mind. Well, do you like it? Well, how much does it cost? Then I'll tell you if I like it. Yeah. That is like someone who doesn't have any values or doesn't know what they want or who they are.
Yeah. Old Italian proverb, nothing says I love you like food. Yeah, you just gotta feed me. Just feed me and I'm happy. I don't need anything else. Like today, this morning I had donuts again. Yummy. Yeah. Friday is my fun eating day.
Yeah. Our food date, sitting on the couch day. Yeah, I recommended Quorum to Karu. It's an old school cologne. It's very old school. I would say 95% of women, they won't not like it, but they'll be repelled by it.
Have I smelt it?
Maybe I'll spray to you. I'll spray it for you later. No, I don't have it here. But yeah, it's very old school, very old barbershop, a very particular strong smell.
Okay.
Yeah, most women will hate it. I'm pretty safe in saying that, but it's a really nice smell. Oh yeah, Etsy's legit. Etsy's actually more legit. Etsy is like a eBay for people who make crafty things and make things and sell drawings and make rings and jewelry and things. So it's been around for a very, very long time. I think just after eBay established, so it's more for handcrafted artisan sort of things. Temu is just like a commercial Asian place. Temu, I think, is where I got this.
I don't even know Temu.
Temu was like a AliExpress. It's just, you can get anything on there. But Etsy is more of a artisan arts craft design sort of place where people sell their legitimate things that they make. Templates you can get, you know, for your tablet or phone. Someone can upload a whole series of wallpapers and apps and icons, and you can sell a lot of stuff on there.
Yeah.
All right.
Next ridiculous thing.
If you're unhappy, you should just move on. And give up as soon as you hit a rough patch. This context.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, okay. So with the first one, if you're unhappy, you should just move on. I can agree and disagree. It depends on the situation. Like if you're unhappy in a relationship and you have tried to fix it with the other person, but it's not working, then obviously you should move on. Like don't stay in that relationship. That's what I would say. But don't give up as soon as you hit a rough patch, obviously. Like, everyone hits rough patches. Just work through it and see if you can fix it.
I think the general rule, again, it's all context, right? You can do what you want. General rule, in the initial dating phase, if it's hard work and you're unhappy, I would just generally leave. Later, if you're committed and then you hit rough patches, you try and work it out. You've put in time and effort and you've already decided if you're level-headed. So initially, if the initial reaction, you go on the first few dates and she's hard work, arrogant, she's had childhood trauma that you need to excuse and forgive, and she's got a temper, it's like, no.
Yeah, but I do want to say with the first one, I do also agree with it if the circumstances are like a certain way, because I do notice that a lot of men especially stay in relationships for too long. So I would say, just if you're not happy in your relationship and you have tried to work on it, then it's time to move on. Like, don't stay in that place, you know? So I would say that. Yeah.
I agree. Jealousy is a sign of love.
Ooh.
Make them jealous to keep them interested.
I think jealousy is more a sign of lust.
Yeah, explain.
Because I feel like if you love someone... Yeah, maybe I'm thinking more about if you love someone and you're in a committed relationship, then you would feel very secure in your relationship, so you wouldn't need to be jealous. You know what I mean? Like, jealousy to me seems like maybe like a little bit of healthy jealousy. A little bit of jealousy may be healthy, but I don't know, not a lot, because there's also something kind of immature about it, maybe. I don't know.
I think it can play into being proud of your partner, like, oh, look at them. You're looking at them through the eyes of somebody else, like, I want them too. And it's like you can see other people would want your man or your woman. I kind of get that, but you have to know, I generally don't agree with being jealous. If I'm jealous or I'm not trusting of my partner, she's out in a certain situation, and I'm just jealous...
Yeah, I wouldn't feel jealous though.
No, me neither.
Because if you would be like if a girl would be like hitting on you or whatever, on the one hand I would be kind of like proud because you're my husband.
That's what I mean, yeah.
And maybe if she's talking to you for too long, I'm gonna be like, okay, now it's enough, let me go to you. But I wouldn't feel jealous because I know that we're good. So that's what I mean. I feel like jealousy. It's not really a good sign.
I think it's another one of these proof things. If he's jealous, it proves that he wants me and that he loves me, that he values me. Look, I'm jealous. Don't go. Who are you talking to? You know. And like, if he's jealous, like, all men want me. My partner also wants me, and he doesn't try. Like, all these guys just want me because I'm special. So it's another sign, rather than knowing, it's a sign, a ridiculous game sign, that he does like you because he's desperate. If you're desperate, you're not going to be jealous. Like, why would I be jealous if I trust and love someone?
I just feel like in a committed relationship and you are secure with each other, then people wouldn't be jealous because you're good with each other.
My second ex really... got turned on by me being jealous, and I was like, and she would always say, "Why don't you never get jealous?" I was like, "What?" She goes, "It's hot, it's sexy, it's like." And I remember one day she went to have a coffee with one of her friends for lunch somewhere, and I just thought I was supposed to pick her up later, but I picked her up. I went earlier, and I went and interrupted their coffee as like, "Who are you talking?" I'm just checking to make sure you're not with some guy. And she was really turned on by that I was jealous. But I felt like an idiot. I actually did it for her because for once, let me just do it as a thing that she likes. And to me, it was silly, and I didn't like it at all, what it meant and how I was acting.
Oh, that's really weird because I'm the opposite. I actually really find it a turn off if men are jealous. Like, men I'm in a relationship with, it's not... I want them to be confident about being with me.
Yeah, that's a better sign. Prince Revolver says, this unhappy BS needs to stop. So many people assume anything less than being happy for every second of the relationship equals you need to leave. Yep. Yeah, he's talking about, I think this one, as soon as you hit a rough patch, you move on. Like as soon as it's not, every day needs to be a game show. Has to be out of 10. And the moment there's something negative, is like, oh my God, are we really meant for each other? It's like, dude, relax. You had a bad day. It's like with yourself, you don't have happy days every day. Some days you have miserable days. Some days you have depressive days. But you can't leave yourself. But with another person, you expect them to be 100% happy. The relationship's great. You expect them to be in a great mood. Up for sex all the time. Just positive, great mood. And it's not realistic.
Yeah, you can take his comment in two ways. Like, it depends on what you mean by being unhappy, you know? But because if you're in a good relationship, but you have unhappy moments sometimes, then of course you shouldn't leave. But if you're in a relationship and like most of the time that you spend in that relationship, you're feeling unhappy with the relationship, then it's not a good place to be. So it depends on how you see his comment, I guess.
I don't agree with this so much. Glabadan says, I think a bit of competition anxiety for both people in a relationship is healthy, keeps you from stagnating. Maybe
for some couples, but not for me.
No, I think it's stupid.
I can't be bothered.
Karu says, I always thought jealousy was a sign of insecurity. I was never jealous, always had the attitude of, if it's better for you over there, go. I don't need that type of uncertainty and resentment. Yep. 100%.
Yeah, I think that's why I don't like it when men are jealous in relationship with me. Because I'm like, why? We're together. Why?
What sign have I given that you need to be jealous?
Yeah, but it's also like a turnoff. It's very like, it's like overly possessive or something. It's not nice.
It's mistrusting as well.
Yeah.
It kind of shows, that's the other thing people don't see. It shows you don't completely trust your partner.
Yeah.
Right? And if you don't trust them, you can't really love them. You just want to keep them there. Your partner should make you happy.
Okay. I think your partner should add to your happiness, because else why are you in a relationship with them? But they're not responsible for you being happy. Like, you are responsible for yourself to be happy. That's what I think.
Yep. Yeah. Come to the dating intact, happy, yourself, content, really good. The amount of times I've gone on the date and you could tell the girl is nervous or isn't over her ex, has been through something. It's like, dude, you're not ready. You shouldn't be dating. Whereas some guys think, great, I'm going to protect her. She'll tell you about her bad relationship and you're like, well, I'll be a good relationship. It's like, no.
Yeah, so I guess it is true. Like, your partner should make you happy because you make me happy. I make you happy. But they're not solely responsible for your happiness. Like, you are also responsible for your own happiness.
Yeah, I'm not looking to you to make me happy. I enjoy our life and the result keeps being happiness. You know?
Yeah. Jealousy seems like a waste of time and energy. You're good together or not. More good things in life together to experience than that. Yeah.
And also, if I'm jealous, I'm insecure about us. There's a feeling of insecurity about us. I'm insecure. I'm jealous of you. I'm jealous that what are you doing? Where are you going? Right? So it's nothing to do with respect. It's like, you've given me no reason to mistrust you. You're not going to kind of, bars with girls. You're just out there. And the moment you're not in my sight, I'm think you're cheating on me or something.
Yeah, that's why I say I think jealousy it's like a little bit immature almost. It's for like teenagers or like relationships that are kind of like not very serious, but they're not for committed relationships or like marriages, I feel like. Like, you should be past that.
Yeah. We had some...
Oh, we've got a few more now.
Do we?
We've got 7 now. We had 5 before.
Is that refreshed? Okay, cool. Let's All right, we've got a few comments here. Let's see. All right. Tarry Dean. He said, you can read this one out, babe.
When your significant other says they want a break from the relationship to find themselves, and you're then told by others to let the person go, and if you're meant to be together, they'll come back. Fuck that. No. You can go and find yourself if you want to, but I'm out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion.
It's kind of like, I'm not sure about you, and there might be someone better. Can you just stick around while I go and find out?
Yeah. Yeah.
Daniel says, doesn't sound like bad advice to me. If they've gotten to a point where they're okay letting you go, no sense in trying to force or convince someone to stay where they don't want to be, in my opinion. Sure, but we're talking about taking them back.
Yeah, like that's true, but you're not going to hang around and wait for them.
And Tarry Dean responded, you mean let them go to have an opportunity to try new relationships? And if that doesn't work out, then you should be waiting there to take them back? No, thank you. Yeah, that's exactly it. And Daniel says, well, if those were the terms of what constitutes a break from the relationship, I don't know anyone in their right mind who'd entertain that. Not wanting for them to come back is an option. If they choose to leave the relationship on those terms, you're not beholden to them. And also, if you're in a committed relationship and they need a break, it's like they don't like being around you. It's just basic, like, why do I need a break for someone who's just very comfortable to be around?
Yeah.
You should, at the very least, if I take away everything else that I value about us, you're just easy to be around. There's just, I can be around you like I'm around on my own. Why do I need a break from you? Is like I need a break from myself. Like it means you're not for me, you're not compatible. That's what it means. I want to find someone who I'm compatible with. That's what it is. And if I can't, well, I tried. I guess I'll have to do with you. David P says, pursue her. She'll figure it out and come around.
Yeah, we talked about the word pursue earlier.
Yeah.
I think once someone has let you know that they are not interested, that's where you stop. But that's just me. But I wouldn't waste any more time. If someone literally tells me they're not interested, why would I still pursue that person?
Yep, I agree. Yeah, because guys generally make the first move, ask the woman out. They pursue to some degree at the start. The woman's very passive. So he'll ask her out. He'll try and be funny on the date. He'll, before buy her flowers, chocolates. He'll organize everything. So he'll pursue, do, and, he'll start the lawnmower of the potential relationship. He'll do all the effort at the start, and she'll just sit there and she'll be taken for a ride. And it's really nice, okay? But if you can't just keep,
Yeah.
Melee, you can read that one.
In reality, generally, from women in general, when women give advice about dating women, I ask them how many women have dated before.
Have you dated before, he probably means.
Yeah,
women giving advice to men about women. Yeah, that's a bit, sometimes it's not, we talked about this before.
Yeah, but I do think that women have, because women are women, the thing you're trying to date, we do have insight about like how women think.
How often are women self-reflective and honest about the advice they're giving to men?
Well, yeah, but I'm more so talking like if women would want to be honest, that's more the mindset I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know reality's different, but
if women would want to be honest and be...
Yeah, no, but what I'm trying to say is like I understand why women do certain things sometimes, and men might not necessarily know that, but that's what I mean. And that's what women can explain to men.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I mean.
Yeah, okay, I get you. It's kind of like saying, well, if red pill retards would be normal, then...
Was that the last one?
I think so.
Because we got a few here. Yeah, that was the last one.
All right. All right. Any last comments or questions before we do a rapid fire with each other? And if you got any really quick questions, fun ones, we'll end this on.
Well, we have a few here.
Do we? Do we really? Are you sure?
Yeah. We're getting a lot of interactions. Fun. I hear it should be effortless. There are no humans that are effortless.
Well, if you go in with the intent of insisting that it's effortless, like I've said this before, go in, and if I want it to be fun, I want to talk about everything. I'm sorry, sweetheart, you have no choice. I want to have fun in this way. I want to be open. I want to be relaxed. I want to have fun. If you want to be game playing, it's like it's up to you. We're not going to have a good time.
Are you talking about like that dating should be effortless, or?
And then I'm not saying the relationship is like 100% a 10 out of 10 every day, but the initial part of getting to know someone, I think if it's relatively effortless, it means that you're compatible and you're easy to hang around with. That's good. But if you meet someone and right from the beginning, they're hard work, you don't really see them properly, you don't get them, they play a lot of these games, then that's not effortless. Game playing is not effortless. There's a lot of effort in game playing. But if you're just naturally yourself, you're open, you're direct, that's kind of effortless. It's just honest. You put effort into going on a date and stuff. Yeah, there's that effort. But there's no manipulation. There's not that hard work and game playing.
Yeah.
Go.
No, I just want to go through these. Have we had this one? Partners add to each other's happiness, not responsible for it. Yeah, I think that's kind of what I said also, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Worst dating advice ever is when you say it. She says, that's dumb. Oh, that's what I say, you mean? Yeah, I say that very often. That's dumb. That's stupid. That's true. Also, there's a lot of dating advice that's just cagey and unauthentic behavior. Yeah, just like game playing and stuff. Worst dating advice ever is whatever worst dating coach says on YouTube.
Yeah. The one way to get any woman to go crazy over you. The 3 steps to, bloody blah.
To clarify for Steph, I mean unhappy in the superficial way. Example, taking bad dating advice and using that as a parameter to gauge whether or not you're happy in your relationship.
Yeah. It's almost like the dating advice is telling you whether you should be happy or not with this person, whether they're a good match or not, whether they're a high value male or female or not.
Yeah, but don't you feel if you're happy? Like everyone's got like their gut and intuition, and if you feel happy or unhappy, you'll feel that. Like
yeah, but you trust your intuition, you trust your gut. You've got boundaries. You're very clear on yourself. Like you react, that's stupid. Like you don't kind of keep your mouth shut and go, well, it feels a bit odd, but maybe it's right.
That'd be torture for me.
Yeah, you don't do that.
Okay, yeah, I don't know, yeah. Worst dating advice ever is looks don't matter. But yeah, that's obviously not true. Like, it's not the most important thing, but you should at least be kind of attracted to someone in some way. You know, it doesn't have to be like a god or whatever. But, yeah.
Yeah, if I don't want to sleep with you, that's the initial easy way to sort of the first step of attraction is physical attraction. That's the base animal in attraction instinct. So you like them physically, you like the way they look. If my instinct is like, ugh, then why am I forcing myself? Like, because I'm lonely?
Yeah, look, I think that it's not true to say looks don't matter, because of course they do. But just in my opinion, as long as, like, looks for me, for a man, they can be neutral. Like, he's not, like, really handsome or anything, but it's just kind of neutral. But he's got a really nice personality, like, that's fine. But I think as soon as you go below neutral and you go into, like, the ugly territory, that's where I think I would draw the line. But, like, if you don't have to be, like, handsome per se, but just, like, neutral and, like, there are things about you that I like physically, but your personality is really nice, then that's fine. But of course, looks matter. Like, yeah.
It's not about being effortless. It's about putting in effort you enjoy or want to engage in. Yeah. But that's also after you know you can trust and you're compatible with them. Because I wouldn't put in effort for someone I'm a bit iffy on or it's hard work. Same with you. There are things you do for me that you've never done for anyone else, like taking care of the home and doing stuff in ways, but you do it for me. So it's kind of effort you enjoy, or even if it's you'd rather not do it, you're proud to do it as my wife, and I'm proud to do stuff as your husband. But it's kind of work that you feel proud of or is good for you and you want to do, not you're manipulated into doing. Enjoyable effort, like live streaming on a Friday.
Yes. This is a very nice routine.
Worst dating advice, just have fun. Now you see senior citizens having fun while looking miserable.
Be yourself, do what you want.
Yeah, I say that a lot. But also the golden rule, treat people the way you want to be treated. Be reasonable. So if you act a certain way and you say, that's just me, I'll do what I want. But if someone acted that way to you, you wouldn't like it. Well, you've got a problem then. Because there's some people, if they're both loud and outgoing, that's a good match for you.
Yeah, just be honest about what you're doing, I guess. Like you can, because people could be in different phases of their lives. Like you could have a phase where you're just having fun. You could have a phase where you want to have a serious relationship. But just be honest about where you're at with the people you're dating.
All right. Rapid fire questions. Who said, between you and I, when our relationship was going forward, who said, I love you first?
I don't remember that. But before we said, I love you, we said, I more than like you for a long time because we were separate because I was still living in Holland. Yeah. And you said, I more than like you first because you came up with that term. But I love you, I don't remember who said it first.
Yeah, and I wanted to say those because the words I love you are very important to me. I don't say them very easily. Like words to me have meaning. I don't throw them around and they're specific for me. And so I'm choking up, babe. And what was I going to say? It was a way of letting you know, like very early, and we knew how we felt about each other, but because we were kept apart by the bug, I didn't want to just do everything from a distance. We established that we were right for each other and we couldn't wait to properly date in reality like this, you know? And so I wanted to say those words to you at that time. I felt like it was kind of a moment that was going to be, I didn't want to miss the moment of doing that in real life. And as soon as we were able to, and then we met each other and then we started dating properly. And then when I really wanted to say it, then I would say it face to face with you. So I think I said it first. Did I say it first? I think I did. Given your personality, you're a bit shy.
What, I'm more than like you?
No, I love you.
I truly don't remember who said it first. But we probably said it when you came to Holland the first time. But I really don't remember who said it first.
I think I did. I remember the time I did as well.
Oh, really?
Yep.
When?
In the hotel.
Yeah, but we were there for 2 weeks, so do you remember the specific time or?
Not time, but I remember the moment. There's a snapshot in my mind, like I could see the moment. So,
yeah?
And then you said it back to me.
What was the moment? Or is it inappropriate?
Yep.
Okay, tell me later.
All right. What's your favorite meal?
Oh, God. Well, right now? Or?
What's your favorite meal? Not dessert. What's your favorite meal?
Well, your favorite meal is usually like big salads with like meat and stuff.
That's my general meal, but what's my favorite? What's my...
Oh, pasta.
Yep.
Yeah, pasta. And you also love, well, we both like frozen pizzas.
Yeah, Pizza's a close second.
Yeah, but pasta's your first one, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. For you, I would say McDonald's.
Oh, like we're going outside of home cooking.
Just what's your favorite meal? What's your favorite food?
Wow. I have a lot. Yeah, McDonald's is definitely one of them, yeah. I also really love those chicken quesadillas that we buy sometimes.
You've got a lot, but say one. You had to place at the top, like, and the rest you can put at a 9. Which is the one that can go at the top and be a 10?
Okay, so any meal inside the house and outside?
Any meal.
Yeah, then probably McDonald's.
Yep.
I love fast food.
Who's the
Fast
better
food
cook?
bitch.
Who's the better cook?
You are.
Yes. But I appreciate you cooking, and you've gotten a lot better as well.
Yeah.
See, this one of these things, you've got to know what's important to you in a relationship, and then the other person compromises and wants to actually get better. You know? What was our first impression of each other?
My first impression of you was, oh, he's handsome and sexy. Because I saw you on YouTube the first time. And I still remember the YouTube video. And that was my first thought, like, oh, he's very sexy. And then I watched more of your videos, and then I emailed you.
Did what I was talking about, did any of it kind of put you off? Like the subject matter?
No.
Because some people would say, like, how did you find such a misogynist attractive?
No, but they're probably talking about other videos that I didn't see, I think. Because the videos I watched, there was nothing offensive in them or anything.
Would you consider me a misogynist?
No, of course not.
No.
Of course not.
No.
I probably, well, I don't know if I could still be with you because I'm not very social, so I would probably be okay. Just don't get me in trouble or anything. I don't know.
McDonald's is how Americans begin to colonize foreign lands.
Oh, I love McDonald's, man. It's always good. Like sometimes we'll be thinking about, if we're having like a fun day of eating, we'll be thinking about, okay, what do we want? And then like we always end up, or often we end up, let's just go to McDonald's because it's always good. And I love the Big Mac. That's my favorite burger.
It's kind of like a button you press and you get the exact same thing, and it's always the same flavor. It doesn't matter. McDonald's in Holland we went, it tastes exactly the same as McDonald's here. There's nothing.
Yeah.
The quality control is, if you want that. Whereas there's other, I'd say there's other franchises that would differ around the world, the way they cook it. Anyway, all right.
Let them get too fat to fight back. That's fun. Steph is basic, likes the Big Mac. Yes, I'm a basic bitch.
Yeah. Big Mac's actually your favorite.
That's my favorite. It's so good. The sauce and the cheese. Oh.
My favorite is the opposite end of the menu. Yours is the Big Mac, the flagship burger.
Yeah.
The big stacked. My favorite is the junior, the hamburger.
Yeah.
But my reason is that I love getting 5 or 6 hamburgers, and you just want one Big Mac.
Yeah, but I get the Big Mac, and then I don't know if they have this in other countries, but they've also got one burger that's like chicken and cheese, and it's like a smaller burger. I always get the Big Mac and the other burger.
I like getting a quantity of a lot, which is
you just get a stack of hamburgers.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. And
now I feel like McDonald's.
see, she talks about food the way I talk about microphones and gear.
Yeah, oh man, sometimes when we go shopping for food, I just start like drooling. Like, I just get so excited. Yeah, I love food.
Yep. All right. I think that is it.
Already?
Yeah.
How long have we? An hour and a half.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. 1 hour and 19 minutes. That was pretty good. We went through a lot of questions.
Yeah, that was fun. We should definitely do more of these.
Yeah. Well, there's plenty of bad dating advice out there.
I have a question. What would be, if you could give one piece of dating advice, what would you give? Like good dating advice?
Don't play games. Be direct and honest.
Yeah.
And have fun. I know that's multiple, but they all go together. Date with the intent to have fun. Just be yourself, be clear and honest, and communicate properly. Don't play games. The best pickup lines are hello, hi, be observant, talk. Just, there's no strategy, just the way you would interact with other people, just interact. I know you really like them. There's a lot of emotion there, but you just need to be in that mode. The intent with which you go on a date is very important.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I would say, be yourself, be honest, and just have fun.
You know, I just thought of another piece of common relationship advice, not dating advice, but it's relationship advice, is when they say to couples that are about to get married, and a day or two before the marriage, they're like, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. And the parents and people are like, that's normal. That's normal to be, everyone's not sure if they should be going through with it. And I think, whoa, fuck, that's the worst piece of advice I've ever heard. Yeah.
That's like a huge red flag. If you're having doubts before the wedding, like, don't get married.
But that's common. That's very common.
Well, it's common in movies, I think. I don't know if it's common in real life, because that's just weird.
Okay, I got butterflies. I'm nervous. I'm really nervous. I'm looking forward to it. I'm nervous. Okay, you're nervous. But not, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah, you're not nervous for that reason. You're nervous just because you're excited. Yeah. The quality control in McDonald's in America is unstable.
Oh, really?
Oh. That's not good.
Well, yeah, you look at some of their workers, I suppose.
Yeah, it does always seem kind of questionable.
Well, you look at some of the staff whenever we go, the service isn't great a lot of times. It's just, I'm impressed that a McDonald's maintains a good level of consistent standard in their food, given some of the idiots that work behind the counter.
They should make, I think they actually have this in some countries, like McDonald's restaurants, where it's like a nice restaurant, but you've got like fast food. I've seen that. I can't remember what it was, but...
A couple of weeks ago, I remember I just felt like a burger, and I went to McDonald's because I wanted to do some writing, so I got a burger. And I remember the two guys, they were chatting, they hardly had any staff, they were really busy, and they didn't care about the lines. They were just like, and they had like a lot of cars going through drive-through, and they were just talking and joking and having a good time, which is fine. And I remember my order, I was waiting and other people were in like getting their orders in, and I was just like waiting, and he could see me, and they were junior burgers that I ordered. They were giving them to people in the drive-thru. It's like, man, I've been waiting for a while and my lunch break is running out. I've only got like half an hour and you've already taken up 15 minutes with your bullshit. And he looked at me and he was like, and then he finally gave it to me. He goes, here you go. Sorry about the wait. And he held the bag like he wanted me to say that's okay. And I was like, my face was blank. Like, you want me to be friendly with you? I'm not playing your stupid game. You're like acting like an idiot. And he's like, okay. Like he was acting like some woke idiot who's just having fun with his friends.
What the fuck? Whoa. You didn't tell me that. Damn.
Oh, well, what's to tell?
Like he wanted you to say thank you.
Like he was getting off on running the show and just having fun, and he wanted me to join in with it. It's like, no, you wasted half my lunch break, dipshit. Like, but I'm not going to now have an argument with you. They're like, sorry about that. And he held the bag and he was like, and he let it go after a second. Like he wanted me to join in and be lighthearted. Like, hey, relax, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, no, relax. You just chewed up 15 minutes of my lunch break. Now I've only got time to eat the burger and I can't actually sit down and write some notes that I was planning to do.
Right.
But anyway,
Damn.
Whatever. No big deal. But it was at the time. Chick-fil-A has insanely good customer service, especially since most of the workers are teens.
Teens? That wouldn't make sense, though.
McDonald's has very young workers, though.
Yeah, teens.
Yeah, but low teens, maybe he means.
They want to be paid like top-tier workers.
You know which place we go to that has really good service? Can you?
Oh, what's the name? The Chatterbox?
Yeah. That's awesome. That's really good. They have the best staff, just everything is like a tick, a 10 out of 10. It's a breakfast place we go to It's got great food, great service, very friendly. They're not nosy. They're always looking around. If you look around for service, they come, they're paying attention, but they don't intrude. It's like, can I help you? Are you fine there?
Yeah.
They're not intruding as a way of saying, can you leave if you finish? We want the tables free. They're just very observant and they're very friendly.
Like during our wedding or engagement party, or was it our wedding or engagement?
I booked a place for our wedding dinner, right?
Yeah.
And then on the night they said, you've booked it for this time, but you have to be out in an hour and a half. I go, no, it's my wedding. We're not leaving. It's like, well, did someone tell you? I go, no. You go, well, you'll have to be. I go, I'm not leaving.
Yeah, that was
and
so
she was
dumb.
like, I'm sorry, you got to call the police if you want. It's my wedding. I told you. I brought a cake in. It's in your freezer. You know what's going on. And now you're telling me? And she's like, well, you have to leave. She was being really pushy. It's like, no, call the police if you want. I didn't say that, but I was like, we're not leaving. Yeah. We should be done in maybe 2 to 2.5 hours, but I'm not leaving after an hour if we're still having fun.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. And they knew it was our wedding because we brought the cake earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, people, man, customer service. It's one way. In dating, be nice. You will have a good time. You'll win. With a restaurant, don't skimp on customer service. Otherwise, people just have takeaway and take it home. If you want them to eat in, have good customer service.
Yeah. That really makes a big difference. That makes people want to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're done.
Steak over everything. Steak over anything. Yeah, I've never been into steak. But it's really a man thing. I feel like a man who eats steak. It's like,
I don't often order steak. I like eating steak from time to time at home, but when I go out, I like the way I make steak. It's kind of like pasta. There's only a certain amount of time I'll eat pasta when I eat out because I can make pretty good pasta.
I don't know. I've always found steak very boring. Like, it's kind of tasteless and chewy.
Maybe it is a guy thing.
Yeah, maybe.
A good steak's really nice.
I like barbecue though. Like chicken, hamburgers.
But yeah, barbecue steak is probably my favorite.
Spare ribs. You don't like spare ribs?
Nah, like chicken wings and stuff. It's like I have to find the meat and play with my food and pull it apart from all this other crap in there that I've got to get rid of.
You have to have the big ones, and then the outside is all crunchy and a little burnt. And then it's delicious.
It's like eating crabs and seafood. I don't want to play with my food and find my food amongst all the... give it to me properly. All right. Let's go and enjoy the rest of the day, babe. All right. Thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the stream. We enjoyed this one. I think we'll do this as we'll make it a series, like the worst dating advice. We said to you the last, say, what is it? We did 10, but we've got many more. So we'll do a part 2 of bad dating advice, relationship advice. Feel free below this post, to put your own, and we'll do another shout out for the next one, which will be in the near future maybe. But anyway, have a good weekend. It's Friday here. It's probably Thursday night for most of you in America. Have fun. And we're going to go.
This was a lot of fun, this topic.
Yeah. Yeah. See ya, Peg, Boffin, Karu, all the regulars, Prince Revolver, Armored Ghost. Thanks for showing up. And we'll see you next time. Cynical Optimist as well. All right. We're out of here. Goodbye.
Bye.